And I am live. Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Teresa Siderio, and I thank you for coming on to my cooking live show. And I am known as your Jersey Mama. I want to thank everyone for a fabulous, fabulous 2019. I hope everyone has liked their share to group. Oh, okay. I hope everyone has enjoyed the giveaways that I did in December. I so appreciate every single one of you who have given me support and showed me encouragement and have liked my videos and shared them with your family. So I want to say Happy New Year again, and we are in our roaring 20s. You believe it? That was I think whenever I look back on things and how women dressed and that whole era, that 20s, 30s, 40s era, I think was such a great era. So I want to thank everybody again. Thank you for coming on, everyone. Today I am making for the new year. Thank you for the hearts. Listen, just so you know, my volume is all the way up. So those of you who can't hear me, I don't know what's happening on your end. I'm very sorry. However, my voice carries. You know, I have a loud voice. I have a deep voice. So hopefully all of you can hear me. And so today what I'm going to make for the new year, because I know a lot of you have started the keto diet and have been on it and have followed me. I had lost 27 pounds. However, I have been off of it for a while, and I am going back on it again. But for this recipe, if you want to add pasta, if you want to add rice, go right ahead. You know, you don't have to follow that keto diet, but this is going to be shrimp and broccoli Alfredo. Okay, so I hope you all like it, and I hope you make it for your family. I'm just eating it that way. I am not putting it over pasta or rice because the flavor is there. So for those of you, I just know I can't see the screen that everybody's writing stuff on. I will answer any questions. If you can't see because of all the comments, I wanted to just tell you to swipe it to the right and you'll be able to see me better. So, and I just want to promote some people. I want to say thank you to my Aunt Carmela, who thought of me when she saw this in Napa. And it's my little bougie apron that it says drink up. It has my bling on it. She thought of me when she saw it. And I want to thank Laura, who had made this for me. No, I did not turn into a deacon or anything at the church. But this is a great, it's called a boa, a towel boa. Isn't this cool? So I'm never looking for my dish towel. All I gotta do is wipe my hands on this, or if I'm washing dishes and I grab a dish and then wipe it with this one. So this is so cool. I wanna thank Laura for this as my gift. I so appreciate it. And I believe she's gonna start making them. So if anybody wants some, I'm sure once she gets her collection together, we can also do that. I also want to give a big shout out and thank you for Pauletta Ford from her collection of aprons that she has made for me in the past, and who has also shared them with some of you viewers. I so thank you. I want to thank also all the people that have shared my giveaways that we had for the 9 days of Christmas, I think it was, who donated their time or donated their product. I so appreciate you for doing what you did. So with that being said, let's get cooking, okay? So Jessica Pacelli, thank you. You did the nails, the color strip nails. Love these color strip nails. Ladies, if you're tired of doing your nails with nail polish and having to wait 3 hours before they dry, get with Jessica Pacelli. She has the color street nails. Also, there's so many people. I will also put everybody in the comments. So let's start cooking. Shrimp and Alfredo, shrimp and broccoli Alfredo. What you're going to do is you're going to steam your broccoli, which I've already done because that can take some time. So with that being said, I have a pan here going, Alfredo sauce, I'm going to make this very easy. You know me, I like things very, very easy. So what we're going to do is, in a pan, I bought these. Oh, let me give you a tip on the shrimp, ladies. Oh my God. Now, all you know how the other shrimp from those other countries are processed. If you don't, stay away from them. Anything that is from Indonesia or any of the Asian, some of the Asian countries, I hate to say it, but from what I read, you really don't want to buy it. They can be very inexpensive and they can be very, very affordable, but what they're pumping in with and what they're doing are toxic to our bodies. However, I did get a tip from my fish mongol at Acme, and I go to Acme for all my fish because it's fresher than some of the other places. These are called Argentinian shrimp. The shrimp just produced in Argentina. And when I went to go buy the shrimp for the 7 fishes, of course, you know, I'm leery about everything, and you do have to provide, you know, for a lot of people, and we normally buy about 8 to 9 bags of shrimp. And we like the large shrimp because we make the shrimp scampi and the fried shrimp for the 7 fishes. Okay. But that's not, it includes 1 shrimp, so nobody get their panties in a bunch. So anyway, the Argentinian shrimp are very fresh to eat. You don't have to worry about where they're coming from, unless you could find them from your own town and it says, you know, wild caught in your state. Go for it. They're the best thing that you can do for yourself. Okay, but so we are going to take the shrimp. We're going to make like a mild shrimp scampi. I'm just going to saute them up in a little bit of butter and garlic. Oh, wait a minute. Before I touch that, hold on. Let me wash my hands. Let me wipe them because I touched them, and somebody might say, oh, she touched the shrimp and then she touched the butter. Okay, my kitchen. Don't worry about how I eat. Okay. So I'm going to put just a little bit of butter in this pan. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in this pan. Turn it down. So you want to heat that up. I have here, I've been crushing up garlic. I've been chopping up because you want your garlic chopped fine. You can use it in your, if you use a Ninja like I usually use a Ninja, that's fine. But when I was in Italy, we used this, and I love it, and it rocks back and forth. You can cut up onion, celery, carrots, and garlic all at the same time, okay? So, that's already cut. See, I washed my hands. I'm going to put about 1 clove of garlic into one pan, 1 clove of garlic into the other. One's going to have butter and garlic, one is going to have olive oil and garlic. And then the pan that I'm making the Alfredo sauce is going to have about 1 garlic. Okay? Alfredo sauce is so easy to make. Then what you're going to do is you're going to buy, once that sautés up, because it cooks, you got to watch it doesn't burn, so leave it on low. Okay? Now what I already did was I already steamed my broccoli because that takes the longest. Okay? Hopefully you all can hear me. I know. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy Parmesan and Reggiano cheese. It's totally different than the Locatelli cheese. The Locatelli cheese is made for pasta. This is specifically the Parmesan and Reggiano. This is a nice chunk. You're going to use about 1.5 cups of that to 1 cup of, 1 cup of heavy cream. Okay? But I'm using up this one piece that I had, But I want to tell you, you're only going to use a cup and a half of this. So you're going to shred it in one of these. Now, the reason why I went out and bought one of these is because it has the rubber edge. And when you stick it on your dish, what's going to happen is it's going to stick to your dish. You're not going to slide all over the place when you do it. Now, don't be afraid that this is not done. If you can't get enough out of this, save this piece, because you can cut this piece up and you could put it in soup. So don't ever throw away anything. Just put it in your soup, and the taste is unbelievable. So you're gonna shred about a cup and a half of the Parmigiano Reggiano, but I want to use more because I'm making a bigger dish. Because I'm actually using 2 cups of the half and half. Okay. Okay. So, I am going to pour in here my broccoli. I've already strained it, and it's already been steamed. And that's where I'm putting the broccoli. Wash my hands, wipe them. Add a little bit of salt. Some pepper. You just want to give it some flavor, guys, okay? Everything has to have flavor. So just saute that up. Because it's already steamed, you don't have to worry about cooking it fully because you already partly steamed it. If you want to use the frozen kind that you throw in the microwave, that's certainly up to you. If it's easier for you, especially if you're you're a working mom and you want something fast. This meal can be done in 30 minutes, or maybe just a little bit more, but you can have it on the table. Now, I already have some butter here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my shrimp in here. I'm going to turn up the flame just a little bit. I'm going to add some salt. Some pepper. There's a little bit of butter and garlic in this one. You want to be able to cook your shrimp. Oh, that's the wrong one. There goes the lid. Nope, that's the wrong one for that one too. Okay. Oh well. We're going to do that for that one. So, with that being said, you're going to wrap your cheese up really, really good. These things are a pain in the neck. I don't know why they don't put the little hole on the side. So this way, because I was fighting with this earlier. Oh, what a pain. Oh, and then it comes out like where you're like fighting with it. But the good thing is when you have a granite countertop, it sticks to the granite countertop, and you can actually, or corian, you can actually get it to open up real nice and neat. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you wrap your cheese really, really well, because if not, it gets dried out, and I think I'm going to double wrap that one. And then stick it in the refrigerator, because you don't want mold to form on your cheese. Not a good thing. Everybody have a nice Christmas. Wasn't it fun? It's a lot of hustle and bustle. Let me save this other piece, because the piece that you don't use, you put into soup, adds a whole new flavor to your soup, folks. So all you need is to cut like a little piece off and throw it in. But if you're grating it, You don't want to scratch your fingers or do anything like that. So you're just, it'll only just cut you. So that's all you have to do. And then stick it in the plastic bag that it probably came into. How many grandparents or how many parents save these bags like as if they were gold, right? They always save their plastic bags and rewash them. I couldn't understand it, but now I know, right? Oh, and I want to thank everyone for my the video that I did in December when I made those holiday drinks. Guys, we got 14,000 views on that video. And the only reason why I got that is I think because I was drunk. Because the first video, do you remember the first video that I did, those who saw it? I actually had a new tripod, so when I turned it to the side, I was sideways. And when I turned on my phone, because it's an iPhone and this is an iPad, you'll get an echo. So when I turned on my phone, my daughter said I was sideways. So I was already toasted already from that drinking those two drinks. So then I had to do the video over again, and I was a little bit stoned, a little bit tipsy, and everybody thought it was funny, but I got 14,000 views on it. That is the most views I've ever gotten. I think the highest one was, and that was in 5 days. I think the most views I've ever gotten within a week was maybe 12,000 views. So I want to thank everybody for making that really, really nice, a really good experience for me. Everybody was saying, you know, probably saying, you know, you guys, this lady's crazy. Okay, so this is use a different tongue because these are the shrimp. You can also grill this shrimp if you want. You want to grill it on a pan that has the ridges and just use a little bit of oil and garlic, or just spray it, or maybe just melt some butter, some garlic, and then if you have the grill pan, you can then just pick it out and just, you know, melt everything together and then cover the shrimp with it. You can also do that, but that would just add another different flavor to it, which I like those grill marks. I really do. I really like the grill marks. So the steam is already done. The shrimp is already done. It's already been steamed. The flavor is with the butter and the garlic. I'm going to add now just a little bit garlic powder. I don't know. I like garlic powder. That's just the way I am. Add some pepper. Add some Himalayan salt or any kind of salt that you like. Turn it again. I'm turning off the broccoli in the back is done. Once your shrimp, and those of you who know how to cook, once your shrimp is already white, it's opaque, it's done. You don't need to cook it anymore. Oh God, it smells so good. Okay, so now we are going to cook or make the Alfredo sauce. So I'm using a 1/4 stick of butter for the Alfredo sauce. I'm using 1 clove of garlic for that as well. Once your butter is melted, which I should have had it melting, but I wasn't timing anything, and you know timing is like of the essence, but you know, I'm human. So what you're going to do is you're going to saute up a little bit of garlic and the butter. It's a 1/4 stick of butter. Once that you can smell it. Don't want to brown the butter. You don't want to brown the butter or the garlic. You just want to smell it. You want the aroma. Once you've smelled that, then you're going to add your cream. Now I used, I think it's called Heritage Valley Organic heavy cream. Okay, we'll put that in there soon. All right. So If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments, and then I will get back to you as well. Also, for those of you who that are new to my show, please feel free to go to my cooking channel on YouTube and just type in Teresa Siderio. I will also put the link. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. So this way, if you're seeing this now or if you're seeing it later and you want to see what else I'm making next week, then you can get an upload. You'll get a notification through your email that that I've done another video, and you can watch. And you will also I will also include a link that you can get a newsletter through the marketing system that I'm using. This way you'll get recipes, tips, and tricks. You're not going to get, recipes every week. I'm also going to be doing a short cookbook, which is just minimal, believe me. And that'll be able to, you'll be able to purchase that. So with that being said, the butter is melting. I could start smelling the garlic now, okay? Let me just move this around a little bit. What I have here is the cheese. I'm going to bring the cheese over here. I'm going to pour the heavy cream into the pan. I'm going to make sure that everything is incorporated. Now, when you're using your Teflon pans, be sure not to, of course, scratch the bottom of it using your utensil. So it's very, very, because they have this, you can scratch the bottom of it. And the stuff that I use, I love Anilon. Anilon will last for years, as well as there's a warranty on it. And which is nice. So you want this cream and this butter to come to a little bit of a simmer before you add your cheese. Let's add some salt. Let's add some pepper. Now, those of you who like nutmeg, you can, if you have fresh nutmeg, you can scratch a little bit of the nutmeg on a what do they call this thing? One of these, or one of the graters, okay? Fresh nutmeg really tastes good with this. I just don't, I don't have it here. I would have to go into the city to buy the nutmeg because it looks like a little nut. It looks like a hazelnut. That's the way it comes, the size of a hazelnut. And you can scratch it on and it just adds another flavor, another dimension to what you're cooking. It's so darn good. Okay, so now that this has a little simmer to it, I'm going to add the cheese, which is like, because I used a little bit more heavy cream than normal, I put in a little bit more cream, a half a cup more cream, and you just whisk it around. Now, some people use Fontina cheese, but to me, if you use a Fontina cheese, I don't know, will it take away from the flavor of it in Alfredo? I know some people like to do that. They say it doesn't melt right, but I have no problem with the Parmigiano Reggiano melting and making an Alfredo sauce. And I think it would change not the texture, but the flavor that I'm looking for. Maybe one of these days. I also heard some people using a cream cheese base. I tried that. It wasn't my favorite. I wouldn't make it for my family. Some people would, just to get that thickness. I think maybe if you don't have enough, what do you call it, half and half, or what do you call cream, you might want to substitute it. But I wasn't crazy about it. So once this comes, it's a little simmer. It's got a little bit of boil to it. I am now going to add my broccoli. Oh, the hell with it. Let's just dump it in here. Right? You're not going to be nice. Just dump it in. That's all it needs. Let that simmer for a couple of minutes, along with putting your shrimp in here. Be careful you don't scratch the pan. This Argentine shrimp, let me tell you, they're big chunks of shrimp. You can get them already deveined. Of course I did. And I, take the skin off. They weren't skinless. I just wanted to make sure that we had none of that the vein in there. Like I said, guys, you can cook this. Look how fast it is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. And anybody really can do this. If any of you have any questions, please inbox me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. There's nothing like a smell. I gotta taste this. Hold on. Look at the size of that shrimp. Hold on. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me wash my hand. Let me wash my 2 fingers. Just let it cook just a little bit, so this way you get the flavor of the broccoli sauteed with the garlic and olive oil, and then you get the shrimp that's made like sort of scampi style without the lemon. Let it coat and let it just come to a small simmer, not much. Just mix it up and stir it while you're cooking. Oh, I can't wait. I did a fast today, so I'm like ravenous. I could eat a horse. Okay. It's time to taste test. Do you see how easy it was? What time did I start? 4 o'clock? Yeah, it's 4:30 and you're ready to eat. I'm going to put a little bit more pepper on top. Well, let me put a little bit more sauce on top of that. The Alfredo sauce. Like I said, you can either have, you can either have this on pasta, you can have it over rice. If you're on that keto, you can have it plain. Oh, this smells good, folks. Throw some parsley. Forgot about the parsley. Chopped up all that darn parsley and I didn't even add it, but I'll add it now. Look. Okay? That's your shrimp broccoli Alfredo. Throw some pepper on that baby. I gotta cut the shrimp up because I put this in my mouth. I'm gonna look like a real big gavon. Grab a piece of that broccoli. I love broccoli. I think maybe next week I'll do like a broccoli quiche that my Aunt B does. She puts it in these little tin. It's like decadent as you can imagine for a little quiche in those little muffin pans that, you make the little muffins in, the real tiny ones. But you bring them to a party as an appetizer, people will go crazy over it. Okay, so here we go. I know, I'm tasting to see if it's poison. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Not only because of the fact I fasted today and I'm ravenous, but because I have to tell you folks, this is really, really good. Really, really good. And so easy to make. So, please feel free to tag, share this video to your Facebook page. I will include my YouTube channel, my Facebook cooking page, Cooking Live with Jersey Mama, and I will be sending some of these recipes out in my email series in the link that I will provide at the bottom, and just sign on to it, and then this way you'll be able to, once you receive the email from YouTube saying that I've uploaded another video, I will then be able to share some of these recipes with you. And this way you can make it from your family. You see how easy it was? That's how I like it. Easy peasy. That's it. That's my lifestyle anymore. So with that being said, thank you very much. My name is Teresa Siderio. I am your Jersey Mama. Have a good night. Buon appetito.